Welcome to Meaningful Morning. I was listening to the radio, and the radio host was sharing that on Mondays, when he wakes up, he doesn't like to put his glasses on for a long time. That way, he doesn't see all of the work that he has to do. When I wake up, the first thing I do is put my glasses on so I can see where I'm walking and where I have to go and what I have to do. But he does the opposite. It's very practical, a methodology. What will happen to you on Tuesday, June 11th? We're about to commence the longest pause that we've had in Meaningful Morning since this started in March of 2020. For 5 weeks, you will be challenged to put your glasses on in the morning without seeing each other. What will happen to you on Tuesday, June 11th morning? Chapter 18. The triangle that we have to flow through starts with Tyaga of result. This propels us to Sannyasa of action. And this propels us to Moksha, renouncing, surrendering, be. Moksha is when you can just be. Be natural because this is your nature. This chapter has been facilitated through 9 systems. The last one being Swadhyaya. This is like another triangle, which propels one to Swabhava, which propels one to Swakarma. By introspecting, you come to know your weaknesses and strengths, and you design your lifestyle to purge those weaknesses to make them strengths. In verse 58, Shri Krishna shared, I'm nearly done teaching you. If you have not changed, it is because of your ego. Really open your heart to this. If you are not changing, it is because you are egotistical. Others will say, it's because it's hard, it's because life is busy. Shri Krishna has just shared in a straightforward way. You are egotistical. And so naturally you're going to resume feeling stress, anxiety, and dejection. In verse 63, Shri Krishna is going more into, I'm almost done teaching. What I have taught you is to not be egotistical. Reflect on this, and then choose how you're going to live. Are you going to flight or freeze or fight? It is your choice. I can only offer upadesha, not adesha. I can only offer guidance, not instruction. Children need to be instructed. Seekers need to be responsible. In verse 66, Shri Krishna completes his teaching, his advice, his guidance. This teaching, advice, guidance is to be with Sri Krishna. So finally you can be like Sri Krishna. And from that verse onwards, he starts to share insights into the culture of the Bhagavad Gita, about the taught, about the teaching, about the teacher. So much care is offered by Sri Krishna. Essentially, he's trying to share that this works. Prince Arjuna, remember how you felt when Acharya Bhishma blew his conch and I put your chariot in front of Acharya Bhishma, how you felt. All that I've shared since then works. Do you feel that this will work? Is it working? In verse 71, Sri Krishna does share, if you care the way I care for the taught, the teaching, the teacher, the whole culture of Bhagavad Gita, you will be content. No more dejection, anxiety, stress. You will be content. He uses the word moksha. That is the vision of the Bhagavad Gita of this chapter as well. So now we come to 100 verses. Please share with me that you can hear me and see me clearly. Yes, everyone? Okay. Be more attentive. These are circumstances I obviously have no control over. This is the final 1% of the Bhagavad Gita. We're now in verse 72, where Sri Krishna's checking in with Prince Arjuna in such a personal way about, I feel this works. Do you feel this works? Is this working? Kachid etat shrutam partha tvayaicagrena chetasa kachid ajnana sammohaha pranashtaste dhananjaya. Joy. First quarter. Kachit, whether. He's asking whether you feel this works. Is this working? Etat, the teachings, the advice, the guidance. Shrutam, that you have listened to. Partha. Here I feel he's using the word Partha, certainly as the son of his mother, but I feel he's trying to share, you are my son, and I'm asking you how you are doing. In the second quarter, Tvaya, this has been listened by you. Ekagrena, has this been listened by you in a single-pointed way, in an immersive way, in an active way, chetasa, with your inner world. Simplifying this. For this medicine to work, if the Bhagavad Gita can be compared to medicine, for this to work, one has to have a balanced inner world, a focused inner world, and a reflective inner world. Without one's inner world being like this, one would have heard Bhagavad Gita, but not listened to Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita's to be heard by those who are searchers. They play it in the background, they have competitions. But for those who are seekers, this is to be listened to. Shri Krishna shares in such a direct way. Have you done this with this singular purpose? The Bhagavad Gita is a subjective science. That means you have to be vulnerable to this. You have to open yourself to this. And that's why we use words like personalize, apply. Now Shri Krishna is doing that with his student. He's doing that with us. Really, factually, this is the final 1%. And I think most of you know, and this word will come up very soon, after the Mahabharata war, Prince Arjuna asks Shri Krishna to teach him again. And he says, no. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He uses the word adbhuta. So really at this point, and we know in the next verse, Prince Arjuna is going to share that I have listened. I'm really trying to direct this to you. If you haven't listened thus far, you've missed out on this opportunity. So this is more of a formality in terms of his check-in. It's like me showing up to Bharat or India and then asking if I have my visa. And if I don't have it, that means I'm going home. Right? That should have been done before. This is just a formality. Do you have your visa? Again, kachit, whether ajnana sammohaha, your confusion whose source is forgetfulness, pranashtaha, if this is dissolved, te, Dhananjaya, yours, Prince Arjuna. If we go back to chapter 1, Prince Arjuna starts to express moha, bhaya, shoka. In the beginning of chapter 2, he uses the word moha. I'm confused. Please guide me. When one is struggling with confusion and they don't deal with it, it devolves into fear. When they don't deal with that, it devolves into sorrow. Pujaswami Tejomayananda had shared. A jiva, an individual, is one who has lots of problems and little power. In contrast, Jagadishwara, that is divinity like Sri Krishna, has lots of power and little problems. Now, when one understands this, when one accepts this, what should one's individual relationship be with divinity? To be with divinity. Our confusion that has come from forgetfulness, you can't deal with this or manage this. One has to be with divinity. Final reflection. Ajnana, which I've used as forgetfulness in your books, it's described as ignorance. I'm going to read to you a really impactful dialogue that a student had with Pujaswami Chinmayananda about ignorance, forgetfulness. Every Vedantic student sits on the shoulders of his guru and generally eats up his ears with the same question. Swamiji, what is this avidya? The teacher avoids all trouble by saying that it is unmanifest. It cannot be understood. It is beyond words. Words cannot define it. Thus, he appears to escape answering the question. But the Vedantic student never leaves the guru. He pesters on Where is avidya? What is avidya? Eventually, the teacher has to turn around and ask, my dear boy, you left your home and came here to learn avidya or vidya? Why are you so insistent on knowing avidya? You already know avidya. You have a PhD in avidya. You have come here to know knowledge. Yes, that is right. That is true. But what is avidya? I hope, I pray, now that we're in the final 1% of the Bhagavad Gita, that this ajnana has become irrelevant. There's no more teachings on how to come out of sorrow, anxiety, dejection. Dejection, anxiety, stress. The seeker is responsible for themselves. Tomorrow, Shri Krishna will ask Prince Arjuna, are you responsible? From inspiration to application, your application was for you to identify the next critical verses, I believe. This morning, we've completed 1,290 mornings of meaningful mornings. We've completed 1,070 mornings into the Bhagavad Gita. There's so much finality that is coming. Tomorrow, the third critical verse in this chapter is coming, where Prince Arjuna describes his relationship with Moha now. What his relationship was in chapter 2, and now in chapter 18, I hope and pray your relationship with confusion is the same way. Your application for this morning is me checking in with you. Right now, our community is engaged in so many reminders to be disciplined, such as right now the phone promises going on. How many of you are still following through with the phone promise? What else? For him forever. I shared with you on May 18th for the next 44 days to really identify what's burning you and be ready to offer that for him forever. Another reminder to be disciplined was our community prayer. For you to pray to Bhagavana Bhayankara, not actually for yourself, but for others too. Another reminder to be disciplined is instead of bringing more material into your life for your birthdays and anniversaries and samskaras, to contribute to guitars over guns, to help engage people through music rather than through violence. Are you checked in to all of these reminders to be disciplined, or are these just words and posters? This is all your choice. That's your application to reflect on this. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be joy.